I am a campaign co-chair this year for United Way with my husband, Ethan Stoll. I believe that I might actually have a photo of you guys arm wrestling at one of our restaurants.
I know.
I think that you won.
It's a red cow, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we're working with United Way this year to make sure that we're building a community where people have homes, where students graduate, and where families are financially stable. And Michael, we know that you care a lot about our community as well. The work that you've done with the juvenile detention center here in King County. You were blowing up my Facebook feed the other day just as Santa at Mary's Place. And for the care that you have given to our community and across the country, earning you Seahawk Man of the Year. We're really excited to have presented a check for $50,000 to the Bennett Foundation. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Not the check.
Gotta cash that. Thank you.
Can we cash this like this? I'm taking it with me. That's another for sure.
I'm just gonna hold it for you.
Make sure don't lose it now. 90 days. I think it's one of the best honors you could possibly get as a player in the NFL, because it's not about stats or how many games you win. It's about how diligent you work in your community and what you do for the organization. So I think it's one of the best awards you can get, because it's just about how much you can do for the city that supports you so much, the fans that come out every week, and the community who cares about you. So the ability to be able to go out and find a way to continuously give back is something that the organization expresses, and we express as an individual, the community, to keep going out and doing that. So it's a great honor for me and my family to be able to have this, to be honored in this type of way. It's just great.
So,
I was about to go. Okay.
switching to football, what was the biggest takeaway from Sunday's game?
That we lost. I think he just took away that we lost. I think you lose games and you want to find a way to win them, and I think we just got to come back and recommit to the things that we've been doing before, and make sure that we're ready to play against the Cowboys, because they're a great team and they're in a similar situation as us, and we both need to win this week. So we need to go out there and make sure that we can play to our potential, and I think that's really what we're capable of. We didn't play to our potential this Sunday, and we lost, and we got to be able to come back and get everybody to not think about that last week and move forward to the next week. And I think that's how you win in the NFL. Because this happens on Sunday, and then on Monday it's a whole nother weekend. You focus on another team. For us, we just got to focus on the Cowboys.
How much of that game was compounding injuries, not just from this year, but also the number of games that this team has played over the last 5 years?
I think it's no excuse. I think we have enough great guys to win a game. I think we just didn't play up to our potential. I know there's a lot of injuries, but we can't make an excuse, because every team in the NFL has some sort of injuries. And for us, it's just about playing to our potential, really. If we can do that every single week, we have enough young guys, enough great coaches, and enough great leaders. We can't replace certain guys, because certain guys are just, once-in-a-lifetime type of players. You think about Cam Chancellor, Cliff Averill, Richard Sherman, and all those guys like that, and they're just one-of-a-lifetime type of players. But we can't replace those guys, but we can get guys to come in and fill and grow in their position and figure out how we can make it better for them. And I think those guys just got to step up and be who they can be. And I think all of us just got to play better, and can't really worry about what we don't have.
Does the fact that, this game is sort of a playoff game in a way, because if you don't win it, you don't get there. Is that a weird situation to deal with at all?
No, I think you don't put too much pressure on it, because when you put too much pressure on it, you end up exploding. I think we just got to continuously be who we are, and I think we just focus on what we need to focus on. Don't try to do too much, play in our abilities, and do what we can do.
How tough has it been for you playing first with the foot thing, and now Pete said you got a knee problem?
No, it's always tough to be able to play through injury in the NFL, but it's a part of the game, and it hurts every time to go out there. And I know my daughter says, "Daddy, don't get hurt every Sunday," but that's just a part of the game. And I think you just got to be mentally ready to be able to play through certain injuries. I think a lot of guys in the NFL, it's hard to do, but there's a small niche of guys who can do that, and I think we have a lot of guys like that on this team.
Is the knee related to the surgery from last year or something new? Or
I just got hit in the knee against Philly in the first quarter, and it just kind of went on from there.
What do you say to your daughter? She says, "Don't get hurt."
I just tell her Santa Claus is coming or something. I don't know. Distract her.
Michael, Coach said the other day that sometimes fundamentals are lost when guys aren't able to practice, but you guys work hard to try to keep them. What do you do during the week when you're not able to get on the field and practice to kind of maintain those fundamentals?
I think it's just you just watch film, and I think we've made enough tackles before, some of the older guys, and just trying to get our mind mentally and getting our bodies together. So I think the most important thing is to be available, and I think that's what we try to do is make sure that we can play. But mentally, we just try to do all the walkthroughs and be able to fit in our gaps the best way we can, and that's all we try to do. That's all you really can do. I mean, you can't move too fast when you're injured. You take a hamstring, you go out there and try to do too much, and you're not ready for the game. But so we just have to go out there and continuously play the mental part of the game.
When you see Cliff's situation and Cam's situation, do you wonder about the future of the defense and how things may be different going forward?
I think things are going to be different. That's a part of the NFL. The NFL is a transitional sport, transitional teams. Every year there's a new transition, new guys, new coaches, new staffs. It's about, who can win and how fast can they win. It's about can we get a guy cheaper than the guy in front of them. So it's just bound to happen, and everything has a shelf life. And us as players, we have shelf lives, and our team together has a shelf life, and I think eventually there's going to be greater players that come in and do what we can do. But while we're here, we want to go in and try to win as many games as we can, maximize our opportunities, do as much as we can in the community, and make sure we win as many games as possible.
How long do you see your shelf life?
I don't know. And I just want to play as long enough till we can continuously win the game. I don't know what the future holds, but you try to just do what you can for your teammates. And like I said, it's one of those sports, where it just happens. You'll never know. Some of the greatest players always get traded. If they're trading Joe Montana, if anybody gets cut, Peyton Manning could get cut. Everybody's liable to get cut one day.
From the outside, when we see Earl Thomas and Bobby Wagner back and forth, and Wagner's tweet and delete, how is the locker room right now after a game?
I think the locker room is great. I think anytime you have a loss, you're going to have some type of – that's what you want, though. You want a team who's passionate about if they lose, can they come back and bounce back and make sure that we can be on the same page. And I think, it's just like any marriage. Just because you and your wife get in an argument doesn't mean the marriage is over. So for us, it's just one of those things where, we can have a heated conversation but still have respect for each other and be able to come out and, do our jobs and make sure that we're able to win the game. And I think that's the thing that we got to keep is to make sure that we always have that respect where we can come back and apologize for the mistakes that we make. It's when we get to a place where the apology doesn't mean nothing to the next person that we won't have any growth. And I think, relationships, stuff like that happens all the time. So just got to continuously grow as human beings and grow as players.
What have you seen from Ezekiel Elliott, Michael, since you guys faced him that preseason game?
I think Ezekiel Elliott is once in a lifetime type of running back. Obviously, he could do every single thing that you could do as a running back. He can run the ball, he can catch the ball, he can block. He's a special talent, and I think when he's in the game, Dallas Cowboys are one of the hardest teams to face in the NFL. And I think him coming back is always a great challenge, especially after having to run the defense the last 2 weeks that we've had. So I know he's probably one to run, but we got to be ready for what he does and what we can do best.
The fact he hasn't played in 6 weeks, do you think, fresh legs, or do you think that
he's definitely going to have fresh legs? And I've seen the pictures. He's been working out every single day on the beach. So, eating. And so I know he's ready to go out there and run, and he's healthy right now. So a lot of guys are beat up. So we expected him to run the ball. Of course, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL.
What does he open up for their offense? Obviously, what he does in the run game, but what he can open up in the passing game as well.
I think and that's when the play action game comes alive because he's such a great running back that you got to respect the running game every single play. And Dak is a really good quarterback too. You got Dez on the outside, Williams and Jason Witten is the ultimate tight end that you could possibly have, whether it's being just carrying off the field and also being just a great player. So, Jason Witten is one of those guys. And so they have a lot of weapons, and it's one of those teams that you always have to get ready for. And then the defense is stacked, too. So this is going to be a great challenge. I think this is what the fans want. They want to see two teams in a position who want to win, and they have to go out and play a great game and give the fans what they want and give the NFL what they want. The games have to come down to these type of scenarios to make the game better.
What makes their line so good?
Makes the line good. I think it's continuity. I think it's the ability to be able to keep a group together for a long period of time and be able to gel together. They've been gelling for a long time, and I think that's why they're so great at what they do because they understand where people are going to be at and they can talk the same language. And I think when you have that lingo together, it makes you, explosive team.
Anything else?
Thanks so much.